Welcome to the Official Personality Guru. If you are an INFJ, then knowing your strengths and weaknesses can help you better understand your authenticity, tackle issues in more effective ways, and choose your professional career wiser. The advocate personality type is all but defined by idealism. While this is a wonderful quality in many ways, it doesn't always leave room for the messiness of real life. Advocates might find it difficult to appreciate their jobs, living situations, or relationships if they're continually fixating on imperfections and wondering whether they should be looking for something better. Perfectionism and reserve leave them with few options for letting off steam. People with this personality type can exhaust themselves if they don't balance their drive to help others with necessary self-care and rest. Today, let's talk about INFJ weaknesses, flaws, and shortcomings, and where the INFJs feel challenged. Everyone has their strengths and their weaknesses, and it is important to uncover these parts of ourselves. Learning more about their shortcomings can help you to improve and in some cases, simply help you to accept them for what they are. We cannot be perfect no matter how hard we try, and so sometimes it is best to learn where we are uncomfortable and won't be happiest because of these weaknesses. While everyone has their strengths, there are always weaknesses that can hold us back from certain paths, or simply make those choices more challenging to endure for us. Knowing where these shortcomings are can also help us to find our best ways of growing and developing them into something more manageable. While INFJs have many strengths and natural abilities, they possess certain weaknesses like everyone else. Some INFJs are highly aware of these flaws or imperfections and can be rather hard on themselves because of it. In other cases, the INFJ might see errors where there are none and can see themselves somewhat inaccurately because of it. They need to take time to self-reflect, but also to cut themselves some slack. They need to learn more about themselves to process and understand their behaviors, and hopefully, learn to accept them for what they are. They are perfectionists. INFJs are perfectionists, and while this can be a strength, it can also be a weakness at times. They might be capable of accomplishing tasks with amazing skills, but there are times when the INFJ spends too much time trying to perfect these accomplishments. Instead of giving themselves room to make a few mistakes or simply accept that the job is done well, they want to continue making it better. This can cause the INFJ to hesitate when it comes to showing their work or ever really feeling like it is finished. They constantly criticize themselves and can see where they should be improving. Their perfectionism can become so overwhelming that the INFJ is afraid to ever take risks or experience new things. They find themselves analyzing the work and situation until it becomes emotionally exhausting for themselves and those around them. They are very hard on themselves and their abilities, and can almost always see room for improvement, even when everyone else sees something truly amazing and well thought out. The INFJ often sees the flaws and ways they can improve. They do this because they want to be someone who impresses their loved ones and they don't want to let them down. While this comes from a good place, it can still hold the INFJ back from finishing things and feeling safe sharing with those around them as well. Their perfectionism can certainly be taken to a level in which it starts to look more like a weakness for them if they don't get this in check. They can be obsessive. INFJs do have obsessive tendencies, to the point where they don't always find it easy to let go of things. If they are stressed about something or truly focused on it, they don't always find it easy to move on from this. They can sometimes obsess about something that happened or about their own mistakes and actions, to the point where this becomes stressful for themselves and those around them. While these obsessive tendencies can sometimes be a good thing, they can also backfire. There are times when this part of the INFJ can make them feel overwhelmed by their own emotions and fears. They find themselves analyzing everything that occurs, wanting to find answers and ways in which they could have been better. This sometimes occurs when it comes to relationships as well, and they find themselves anxiously trying to figure out why things happen a certain way. INFJs can also obsess about the future and how to ensure that they are making the right choices. This is more likely to happen when they aren't trusting in themselves and their intuition. When INFJ turns away from their natural strengths, they start to look for other means of finding answers, and this can cause them to obsess. Put others first. INFJs are giving and compassionate people, but sometimes this can cause them to neglect important things in life. They're likely to always put others' needs above their own, and this can sometimes be seen as a weakness for the INFJ. While being a giving and generous person is not a weakness, doing this to such a degree that you'll become emotionally drained is certainly not a good thing. INFJs can take this caring part of themselves to a whole other level, leaving their energy drained so that they start to fall apart. It is important for INFJ to make time for themselves and to learn how to prioritize their own needs and desires. This can make being around people they love challenging for the INFJ when they are in desperate need of time to themselves to relax and recharge. They have a hard time saying no to those they love and need to find a way to distance themselves when this occurs. Be sure to watch until the end and share your experience for a chance to have your comment pinned. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give us a like and share it with your friends. Also, if you have any comments or suggestions, make sure to scribble them in the comment box below. Subscribe to the Official Personality Guru for more amazing videos. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to stay updated with our content. They can allow self-doubt to take over. INFJs are naturally hard on themselves, and so this can cause seeds of doubt to be sown in their minds. They can start to feel like failures and fear that they cannot accomplish anything worthwhile in their lives. This self-doubt is something that can be deeply troubling for the INFJ and leaves them feeling as if they don't have the motivation to get things done. It is important for the INFJ to be more forgiving to themselves and to learn how to process these feelings without so much difficulty and inner blame. They might not be perfect, but INFJs have so many wonderful strengths and positive qualities, and so it is important for them to recognize these things.